All right, folks, Grant here with Local Cooling Farms. Just wanted to go and check out the drywall paper status with the worms. Again, we're testing this to see how the worms are going to respond to this waste product, which is sheetrock paper. It's the paper, remnant paper left over from the production of drywall / sheetrock. So, so what we've seen is, see how that piece is now a little bit further away, and there's starting to be an integration of the material into the bedding. That's what we want to start like looking for. And you see how the worms are right under there. We don't have lids on our bins, so light can get in here, the whole deal. So that's some of the subtle things that I start really noticing to see if the worms like it. If they didn't like it, they would be actually repelled by it. And so there's worms just hanging up right underneath. So that's kind of like what we're looking for in that material. This one, you can see how bedding has gone on top of the area over here, and a lot of it, actually some of it, got brought in and buried. So we're seeing some pretty good progress. The other thing that you can look for is, I don't know if you could see it, but if you look close, if you just start seeing biological activity near that point where you put the new material, there's some critters in there moving around. I can kind of see them a little bit. A lot of the mites in there that break stuff down, if they're in it, that's a great sign, because they actually are like the frontiersmen. They go after the stuff sometimes quicker than the worms do. So this is the next one. So yeah, so this is working out. I don't think it was going to fail, because they like paper. The coating on it is just gypsum, and there's some sugars that are used as bonding agents in this material. So I think it's gonna be a winner, but again, I'm not gonna go and start putting it out in the worm bins, So anyway, so we're looking good here. Not a ton of progress, but it's progress nonetheless. So again, you see the activity around the perimeter of the material, worms directly underneath. And I don't know how I'm gonna use the material. We may just use it after we put bedding in. We may just put down an inch of it and use it as a mulching cover. That's an edible, easily breakable down mulch layer. See, so right now, what I'm gathering right now is that this is a winner as far as a mulch layer goes. I know it's going to break down based upon some other things that we've used it for. And so, yeah, so we're looking good here. So, this is just the steps in trying to figure out if I want to use this material for the worms. Just because you can get your hands on it doesn't mean that it's going to be good for the worms. And if in doubt, pre-compost. That's probably one of the biggest disservices within the vermicomposting industry, is especially for the sale of the home bins. They don't emphasize the pre-composting because they want it to be this plug and play unit. It's a sales pitch. But ideally, all these materials are going to be pre-composted before you feed it to the worms. That's kind of like the solution to like, hey, can I feed this to the worms or not? If you pre-compost it, mix it with other stuff, odds are it's going to be good for the worms. So anyway, all right, so we're happy with that. We did 8 bins. I'm seeing the same thing across all 8 bins. And then we're just going to see how it progresses throughout the week. Y'all have a good one.